Hey, welcome back to Gunther's Place. So, we are wrapping up our detail, our ceramic coating, our finish on the car, and then we're going to come back and we'll work over several days of trying to get out our dent repair, our paintless dent repair, tapping down the high points and all that kind of stuff. I am not going to give up on that. But we're at the point now to where our final thing to do on the exterior, other than the paint or dent repair, is to get these hard water spots off of our glass, okay? I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to zoom in there and show you. You can almost see them. Basically, this is like, your calcium deposits or whatever. You get these from, hard rain. You've got chemicals in the atmosphere, condensates into the rain. You get, parking next to a sprinkler. If you've got hard water in your community, you can see right there is a really good shot. See that? There's no way to get that off. Now, you can sit there and use WD-40. You can use Windex. You can try rubbing alcohol. You can try, Mr. Clean, spick and span and everything. But I'm going to show you a trick to get those off very cheaply and with minimal effort, okay? And this goes back to, trial and error over the course of many years and learning by watching. So sometimes you hear things and you're like, it's too good to be true, kind of like the paintless dent repair. But, this actually works. So let me show you something. And minimal cost. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the dollar store, or you can go to Ace Hardware. You can go to your local home improvement store, and you get some steel wool, okay? And you want the grade, they call this aught. So 4-aught, okay? And if you look on the scale on this particular brand, 4-aught or quadruple zeros is ultra fine. And then as you go over here, grade 3 would be the coarsest they are. And what this is just, it's steel wool, very fine fibrous steel threads, okay? Make sure that when you open this up, you don't have any rust. A lot of times there's a hole or puncture in the bags. Moisture will get in there and you'll have a little bit of rust. Make sure if there is, you just pull that rust apart. So the other thing is this is so fine, you want to wear at least some gloves like this. Now you can wear like some rubber gloves or something like that. That's sufficient. But get you some of these, just cheapo Harbor Freight gloves. And this will do two things. Number one, it's going to protect your hands from the steel wool getting in there. If you get this stuff in your hands or in your pores, it's kind of like the fiberglass. I don't know if you've ever worked with fiberglass, but you can get that in your pores. So anyway, enough being said on the prep. Safety as well is wear eye protection, because these little shards of this stuff can fling off and get in your eye. I wear glasses permanently, so face shield or whatever you want to wear, but make sure your eye protection there. So, and then respiratory, you don't really need to, cover your mouth up or anything like that. If this gets in the air, the likelihood of you inhaling it is pretty minimal. So here's what we're going to do. We have already washed the vehicle. So these streaks that you see here are just from the, the drying chamois or the towel. So we're going to take this ultra fine steel wool, and I'm going to do it where the reflection is here so you can see what it actually does, okay? So I'm just going to go like this, back and forth and back and forth, okay? And then I'm going to go up and down. And I'm using a little bit of pressure, okay? Not enough to where, it's very noticeable, okay? So I'm just going to go like this. So about 20 up and down. Let's go about 20 vertical or horizontal, excuse me. And then we'll go this way. Okay. Now just with that little bit of effort, can you see the water spotting here? Okay, where I didn't use the steel wool, but you can see it here where it's just taken it almost 99.9% of the way away. okay? So let's go ahead and continue up here. This is a real good shot right here. I'm gonna go back like this, and then we're gonna go vertical and horizontal, okay? Just like that. Just a little light pressure. Now you can flip your steel wool over, okay? I'm gonna stop right on that little heater line on the defroster so you can see a real good shot. Okay, there you go, your steel wool. Do you see the water spotting here under the lights? Okay, all this up in here is water spotted, and then right at below this defroster line, down here where we just rubbed it with the steel wool, nothing. Absolutely clear and clean. Now, this isn't abrasive hardly at all. It's just very, very fine, and all you're doing is taking those deposits off, those water deposits. Okay, those hard water deposits. Like I said, sprinklers are the culprit. If you go to your office and the sprinklers come on and spray all over the side of your car, you'll get it on side windows. But a lot of times you're just going to get it on your windshield or on your rear windshield, or I guess the rear glass of your car. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to have these ultra fine little shards of steel wool. Basically, just blow them away, okay? Don't worry about cleanup with any kind of anything wet, okay? So don't come back and try to spray some water on there to clean those shards off there, because you're dealing with ultra fine metal and those rust. And if they're stuck anywhere in your paint or anything, you're gonna have a piece of rust. So just blow it off. And if you have like a leaf blower, after you're all done with your windshield, you could just, use that and blow it out, get it all out of the crevices and everything like that. Now, the reason I do this last, whenever I'm working on these cars, and after we've done the paint correction, after we've done all the polishing and we're done with the paint, is these little shard things will get down places you can't even imagine where they're going to be. And if you come back with a polishing pad or even your mirror glaze or anything like that, you're going to have these little ultra fine little shards of steel wool get in between your layer of paint and your polishing pad. You're going to ruin your polishing pad. But number two, you're going to get these insane amount of spider webs scratches into your gloss of your paint. You do not want that. Now, is this fine enough to be using on your paint, even though we've already ceramic coated it? I would recommend no, don't do that. It is very, very fine, and the likelihood you're going to scratch something is minimal, but you're going to end up with those very fine spider web kind of. You see it in the sunlight, you see a lot of cars out there and they have these like swirl marks where they've gone to like a brushed car wash, where they have the real abrasive nylon brushes in the drive-through car wash, and there's those swirl marks all over their hoods. Okay, that's what you're going to end up with. So let's just keep on rubbing this. Now, you don't want to like just mash down with full weight. All I'm doing is putting maybe, and if I had to weigh this, it was probably 5 pounds. I'm pressing down. And the reason I'm going up and down, vertical and horizontal like this, a crisscross pattern, and then sometimes a diagonal. I don't want to go in a circle because that just results in swirls, okay? Now you can do your entire glass. Be careful when you come up to the edges where your glass is close to your paint. And then you can also do your side windows and everything. And then also make sure you do on your windshield. And you're gonna notice something. When your windshield wipers, after you've driven your car for a long time, you ever notice whenever you get that real light fog or mist in the mornings, when it's just turning fall-like conditions and your windshield wipers come up and there's that just kind of almost like it's the defroster isn't working right. Well, what that is, that's your very fine water spots have been smeared and streaked by your windshield wipers. And over the course of time, you'll have this nice little triangle almost, or half moon circle right here in between the washer wiper blades where it comes up and then it goes back down. And then a lot of times you'll get where the wipers don't hit up here in the corner. And that's where it's not wiping off your either a washer fluid or that morning mist or the rain, you know. And so this steel wool method will take all of that off. And make sure you lift up your wiper blades. The other thing is after you've done this, make sure you lift your wiper blades off and blow all of that out, because you don't want to get the steel wool in between the rubber of your blades and this. It's probably not going to scratch, but you know, the likelihood of ruining your rubber, and we want to prolong our blades as long as we can. So there we go. And on the windshield itself, you can see it's doing a really good job. Pay close attention to the edges. It seems to be on the windshield where the wipers miss. You're gonna, oh, I can feel it right here. This is really goofed up and gummed up right there. So now we'll just keep on continue doing this over the remainder of the car on the glass, inclusive of the sunroof. Oh, wow, I can really feel up here how those water spots are just, wow. So make sure you do all your glass. And like I said, include the sunroof. Don't forget about that. And then if you want to come back, you can ceramic coat or you can wax your sunroof glass, no big deal. I would recommend doing it on your visibility glass, your front windshield, your rear windshield or rear glass, and then also your side. You get any kind of wax on there, it's hard to kind of clean it or wipe it off, you know, any kind of debris. It's a lot easier to come back after time, you know, and just wipe it off with a wet rag or something like that. And even if you're at the gas station and use those little, you know, wet squeegee things, the trucker squeegees with the little bucket of whatever's in there, blue water. So yeah, just keep on doing this. See how it's coming off. Oh, here's a real good shot. Look at all those water spots. Let's try it on this side. Okay, so we're just gonna go right here, up and down, okay? Up and down and back and forth, and we'll just go right here so you can see how this works. And we'll continue to flip over your steel wool. And if you want to, you can kind of tear it apart a little bit and get you a nice, clean, fresh area and fold it over on itself. And we're just gonna go up and down. Now I'm going a little bit quicker here, just in the interest of time. Okay, up and down. And there you go. So do you see? You can see down here at the bottom, all the water spots, and where we did it is nice and clear. Now, I'll keep on working on this. I'll keep on getting absolutely all of them off. But you won't be able to get, or you won't be able to see any of these water spots after you do this for a few minutes. And it might take some time on some. It looks like this side is worse on the passenger side for some reason. I don't know, maybe this was parked up against a sprinkler, but it seems like this area right here is way worse than anything on the driver's side. So we'll keep on working on that, but you can see the difference in where we steel wooled it right here and where you've got, you know, your water spotting in there. So if you're wondering how to get those water spots off of your glass on your vehicles, that's how you do it. Steel wool, make sure it's the ultra-fine or the 4-aught 40s right here. Make sure you peel off any rust. And like I said, you can get this at, you know, Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, I don't know, Aldi. You know, what else is out there? You probably find it at Safeway or even Walmart. And it's very, very, very cheap. Just a couple of bucks for that whole thing. And a lot of people use that for furniture. I just happen to have this laying around for some furnishing painting that I was doing. So there we go. And just one final shot of all of our hard work and perseverance on our polishing, our rubbing, and our ceramic coat. I'm still just amazed on that Autocar ceramic coating. But there you go, folks. That's how you do it. So we'll get back with another tips and tricks here in a little bit. And thanks so much for watching. Appreciate all the thumbs up, the likes, and link to my videos if you'd like. And take care.